And I
mm,
said, okay, right. And, but I said, but I don't force my morals on others. Like, in other words, I try to be an example,
mm,
but I'm not gonna tell people, well, you can't do this or you can't do that. My first instructor tried to do that with me, and he wasn't a very moral guy, right?
mm,
And that's why I left eventually, right? But you talk about having an effect on people. It's true because I was 17. I was a brown belt, and I got thrust into teaching the children's classes. The black belt who was supposed to teach them, his
mm,
mother got diagnosed with cancer. He couldn't
mm,
do it. I
mm,
was just starting college. I might have been my freshman year of college. And the teacher says to me, well, you're the only guy that can do it. So it's you or nothing. I'm like, but I'm only a brown belt. It's like, it's all right. You could teach it as a brown belt. Okay. Again, this is like, 1980 or something, right?
mm.
So I'm like, okay. So I start teaching it. Of course, I'm the worst instructor on the planet, right? I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, right? I'm hard on these
Mm,
kids. They got to be perfect. I don't know what I'm
uh,
doing.
mm,
But I was probably teaching the class maybe about a year, and this 12-year-old kid joins the class, and he's there a month or two, and then he's not there for like 3 weeks, and then he walks
mm,
back in with his mom, and his mom calls me on the side and says to me, I says, "Oh, what's going on? Where he's been?" And she says, "Oh, his father passed away suddenly, right?"
mm,
And I was like, "Oh," and I just met the father, so I was like, "Oh my God," So she goes, "Yeah, I'm hoping you'll help me keep an eye on him," she says to me.
mm,
So I'm 17 years old, and she says this to me, right? So I'm like, okay, right? So he's training, he's training, he's training. He's there for years. And I did keep an eye on him. Eventually graduated high school. I kept him on the straight and narrow. If the mother reached out to me and said, hey, he's doing this or doing that, I would, have a talking with him, straighten him out. After he got out of high school, he went in the Air Force, was in Desert Storm and Desert Shield, got out of the Air Force, moved all around the country working as, aircraft mechanic. Um, and he was always in contact with me. Literally
mm,
called me from Desert Storm.
mm.
He's over there
Wow.
fighting, support division, right? But he called me to
Mm,
let me know he's okay. He would come out for Christmas sometimes with us. Doesn't have a lot of family, so he's always been, close with me.
mm,
So then about a year ago, year and a half ago, he starts having some health problems. My wife's a doctor. He reaches out.